couldn't learn that lesson. And boy, I'd see my dad coming up the street looking at me, pointing at the lights, and I'd get on the other side of the street, walk by him, try to beat him to the house. And it was the same for me for a long time. I just wanted to be out in the open. I lived in a place called Compton, California, and I built 3 canoes. Go figure, I lived there. I just wanted to be out. And I always envied people that had an idea what they were going to do. In college, I wasn't very good either. And I wasn't ever mad at anybody. I was envious that people understood what their yellow brick road was. I didn't. And I grew up working. I worked fishing boats and drove trucks and framed houses. And I grew up in a very conservative way, and I'm not sorry that I did, but for a long time I thought the world was flat. And my dad was a blue-collar guy from Oklahoma, a fist fighter, and I know he was waiting to see if I could get off the dole. And I remember when I finally knew what I wanted to do, I went to my father and I told him, I said, I know what I want to do. And he said, what was that? And I said, I'm going to be an actor. And his head just hit the table. And he said, how are you going to do that? What are you going to? He started asking me all kinds of questions about the answers that I didn't have, and what he really was he was afraid. He didn't want me to be embarrassed, and he also didn't know how to help me. And so I remembered, when I went to him again, I said, hey, I have another idea. And he said, what's that? I said, I'm going to direct. And I think his head hit the table harder. Just like that. And he looked at me and he said, Kevin, this acting thing was going really good, fella. I don't know if you should mess it up trying to direct. And so I think you get the pattern right. The people that love you the most sometimes can also hold you back. And it's out of love, it's out of fear. So I remember when I was going to finally come back to music, I was trained classically on the piano. My grandma was the choir director, my mom was in the choir. And I knew I was going to come back to music. The one person I didn't tell was, I didn't tell him. I just figured that he would catch up and he wouldn't have to be worried. He'd find me 90 miles already down the road. This song is called 90 Miles an Hour.